Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game. How is everyone doing? Woo. It is Thursday, and that means it is time for our City of Mist campaign. City of Mist is an amazing game produced by Son of Oak Studios. It is in the family of the Powered by the Apocalypse game systems. It is a very heavy narrative story-based game that tells the tale of what happens when a normal, everyday Joe wakes up to find there is a god or a creature of legend living in your head, but you still have to get up and go do your 9 to 5 to pay the rent. Tonight we are going to be missing a couple of people. Jessica has stepped away from the game. She has a lot going on her plate, and she is going to go ahead and step away from the game and take care of that. Plus, she is our social media administrator, and she has a lot of work on her plate with that as well. So she's taking a step back to do more of the background role and get that taken care of. And so we will miss you, baby. I love you very much. And but thank you very much for making sure you took care of you first. And Jack is taking care of business because he had to work. We're sorry, Jack, but he will be back. And so, in the meantime, however, we are going to continue our City of Mist campaign that we have just recently started. And first off, I want to say thank you to all my wonderful folks who have decided to join me on this little adventure. My amazing cast, which is actually a blended cast, if you will, from here on Dinner and a Game and our sister stream, Unusually Serious Turn. From here at Dinner and a Game, we have the absolutely amazing Milagros. Milagros, can you tell the audience who you're going to be playing today? They're... Oh no. Oh no. This show's gonna degenerate so quickly. You know what? Yes, that's true. She has not eaten anyone yet. But speaking of degenerates, Chris, how you doing? Chris is the founder of the feast over at our sister stream, Unexpectedly Serious Turn. Chris, who will you be playing tonight? Well, he knows most of it. He just can't explain it because he'd be locked up. And what is the hybrid's name? And that happens every day, folks. It's just so common, you just don't even understand. They're everywhere. I mean, you go to the mall, you can't throw a rock and not hit one. Wait! I was going to wait. Speaking of menaces, Michaela! Michaela, you are also a member of UST. You are the GM for their Tuesday night show. Dun dun dun. She's the boss over there. So if you guys want to see Michaela boss people around, tune in Tuesday nights at UST. The link is in chat. But if you want to follow Michaela's individual content, she also has her link in chat too. You can follow her on Twitter and see what she does. It's a lot of singing. But who are you going to be playing tonight, Michaela, speaking of singing? Mostly. Hang on one second. We have some audio issues.
Someone last session at all.
Yeah, no.
I mean, a person and a half.
Semantics. Really, this just seems like semantics.
Semantics. And as I said, we had some audio problems. I'm sorry, everybody. But Chris from UST is here. He will be playing Kevin. Milagros from our own Dinner and a Game and her own shows. Because Milagros, you are starting your YouTube dissertation, are you not?
Yes, I am. I am a literature student and am deciding to put that to extremely good use by analyzing how gay Resident Evil Village is because of its references to Gothic literature.
So if you want to check
very
that,
good use of a bachelor's degree.
Right, very good use of a bachelor's degree. And if you want to check that out, Milagros' links are also in chat. So remember, all of us small creators, we do have one thing very much in common. We absolutely appreciate every single little iota of support you give us. I'm working on a YouTube I finally got 3-minute posts on TikTok, and I'm working on my first one. And my first post on TikTok about 3-minute video about anything is basically my own little take on how humbling it is to start streaming on Twitch these games, because I get, whenever I run, I get amazing feedback. People love it. People want to see more. I have had people who have gamed with me for decades, and I come out and I'm running on Twitch, and we get 4 or 5 people show up. So it's really a humbling experience to go from local fandom in your local game store to no one knows who you are. So so that's kind of like a thing that I want to talk about, because one of the things Dinner and a Game does do is we try and support people who want to try this. Our show on Fridays, the Lab Experiments in Gaming, they were actually TikTokers as well, that I'd kind of watched them, and they were trying to play RPGs on TikTok, and I was like, hey, if you guys want a platform, I will give you a night. You just tell me what it is. And Marcy was gracious enough to let us host them, and they have been amazing, and their show is incredible. But, it just goes to show, you can do this. Anyone can do this. You just have to, sometimes you just need help with the mechanics of it. And Dinner and a Game, we're here to help you out. So if you want more information on that, or you want to follow any of Dinner and a Game's content, you can go to our link tree. And you can reach out and contact us through the link tree if you want if you have an idea for a show, whether you want to produce it or you want to see us do it. You can also reach out and contact us about any of our other content that we have out there. We have a huge Facebook group that does memes, and we post news. We were just posting a bunch about the Loki series and a bunch about the new series that's going to be coming out from Marvel, She-Hulk. And Tatiana Maslany, who's going to be starring in it. She's an amazing actress, and it's going to be, I hope it's going to be an incredible show. I just want to know how they're going to make a 5'2" woman into a 7-foot-tall She-Hulk. So, CGI, anyone? But anyway.
Well, I mean, it worked for Mark Ruffalo, right?
Mark Ruffalo is almost 6 feet tall, though.
That's true.
So, and the Hulk is 11 feet tall or bigger.
Wow! 6 feet, 11 feet. They're so close together.
Semantics,
yeah. But as compared to the intentionally grotesque and oversized Hulk, the She-Hulk is just a very large woman. I mean, she's still insanely strong. She's Hulk strength.
She grows a few feet.
Yeah, she does. She's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
still not as tall as Vampire Mommy.
Not as tall as Vampire Mommy. That is very true. She's 9 feet tall or something like that?
9'6", baby!
Kyle Hill did a very interesting video on that.
Lots of people have done some very interesting videos on that. Most of them we can't talk about here.
That's true. No, his was scientific. If she stepped on your chest, how many pounds would it take?
Oh, I saw that one. Yes,
yeah, I know
saw that one.
You're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The way he kept on pausing after everything was hilarious. Pausing and doing the deep breaths and going. Anyway, so last time we left off, we've had a week off because real life always comes first with dinner and a game, and a bunch of people had things to take off. I had to take off, and so we took a week off, and so we have only had 2 episodes. But last where we left off, the crew had been helping out Amy, which was Jessica's character, try and get her shit together, as it were, because she had just awakened. Now, for those of you who don't know the premise behind this game, City of Mist is a game where we all play characters who have just recently been awakened to the fact that they are the living embodiments of a supernatural creature of some kind. It can be anything from a god to an ancient vampire spirit, to literally the physical embodiment of one of the ancient creatures of legend. But the funny thing is, Amy, Jessica's character Amy, was a suburbanite housewife and the wife of a young up-and-coming politician. And what awoken in her was the spirit of Bacchus. And of course,
God of the party.
Yeah, and of course, and chaos. But anyway, the irony of it was that she herself, Amy, wasn't your typical politician's wife. She had grown up homeless. She had a whole bunch of problems with drugs and alcohol in her youth. She met her husband when he was actually working as a community manager, and he was trying to work with homeless shelters and everything like that, and that's how she met her husband. And so she changed her life completely, and she had come out of that. But then the spirit of the god Bacchus awoke in her, and she basically doesn't remember any of this. But when Bacchus awoke, and usually this does happen on the first time any of these creatures awaken, he took her for a ride. She woke up in a sleazebag hotel with a heroin needle shoved into her arm, and 2 or 3 other people laying in the room in various states of undress, and all of them had OD'd on heroin. And so the party, basically, they hole up in a place called Elysium, which is a jazz nightclub that's run by a man named Seth. Seth himself is also awakened, and he's been awakened longer than all the other people, and he says he came at a good time. Hi, Tony. Yeah, you did. We're talking about the debauchery now.
Hey, Tony. That's my patron right there.
So anyway, he basically he tries to help out the newly awakened, tries to help them adjust, and in cases like Amy's, he actually has friends who owe him favors that he tries to get together as a group to try and help contain these situations. Well, Amy apparently gone on a 2-day bender as Bacchus and had been just about all over the town. And so Seth called in the IOUs, called in the bar tabs of all these lovely people, and said, you're going to do me a favor. You're going to trace back all this woman's footsteps, find out where she went, and do everything you can using your own abilities and your own supernatural powers to clear up the trail. Well, that was going along swimmingly. I mean, it was chaos, but they were still getting things done. Until Amy kind of went off the rails. There's a little incident in a tattoo parlor where Sonata was invoking the power of her I don't know, writer.
Maybe he do mistake.
Well, you didn't make a mistake necessarily. You were just trying to use her song to entrance people that were at a tattoo parlor that Amy had been to with a large group of people who were very entranced with her. Maybe it could have been called a bacchanalian. You don't know. But they were all partying and going crazy, and apparently Amy had decided to get a tattoo during all this and showed up at this tattoo parlor, and a whole bunch of things happened on camera, on the video cameras of the tattoo parlor. So they were there to clear that up. Sonata was trying to use her siren song to placate some of the guys in the shop, and basically, you were trying to control them or wipe their memories. I can't remember what you were doing.
I was trying to just calm them down and convince them that nothing really happened and they had nothing to worry about.
Yep. But
It went great.
Yeah, but instead she had a complete failure on her power roll, which both, her song still worked. Those guys were completely mind wiped. But also the creature inside her, the siren, manifested it and almost took over completely. And the sirens that she embodies are the sirens of old, the Greek legends of sirens, the bird-like creatures, and they're owls, right?
Golden Eagles.
Golden eagles. And so when that happens, the sirens tend to be very bloodthirsty, and they do like things like eating the still beating hearts of their victims.
Yeah, I mean, it tends to be their favorite dish.
So she was being taken over by the siren itself, and it was
She hungry.
yeah, she was hungry. So they had to get out of there quickly at that point. Other things happened in the back when Sonata kind of manifested that, and the creature came forward. She took on a much scarier appearance. Her face elongating into an eagle's beak, and her hands becoming talons. And so the guy who was they were trying to get information from, he flipped out, ran to the office, and went for a pistol. And things kind of went from there. They managed to subdue him without anyone getting shot.
I almost ripped his arm off.
Almost ripped his arm off. But then that was kind of blown for that. They did what they could. They tore the hard. You just took the whole computer, didn't you, from the back? Yep. They took the computer out of the place to get rid of the evidence, and then they left, leaving two basic brainless jellyfish sitting on the front porch, and took off with everything else. And at that point, they were, Amy kind of went off the deep end, and took them back to a place because Sonata was still incredibly hungry. And I think, Kevin, your avatar was also feeling it too, because he had used a lot of his abilities, and he had been coming more and more to the front. So, for some reason, Amy decided it was time to take them and explore her past, and she took them to a pimp's house that she knew of, because she figured that, if they're going to kill somebody, it might as well be someone really bad. And killing did ensue. And yeah. But once everything was satiated, it quickly became apparent that things were getting out of hand. Kevin let the vampire take over in order to get things cleared up, and he ended up basically lighting the house on fire with a bunch of dead bodies in it. And so and carrying out one of the few people left alive over his shoulder to get them out of the house so they wouldn't die. And they basically...
Oh no, they ran out.
Oh no, they did run out?
They ran out the front door and...
No, I thought someone carried them.
Milagros.
Yeah.
Alejandra.
Alejandra carried her out, yeah.
That was what it was. And the vampire in Kevin turned on the oven and turned off all the pilot lights and let the gas go while the fire was going, and then flew over the house.
Yeah, I think you lit a candle in the front room or something like that, and then flew over the house. Yeah, and basically the house went boom. They made it back to the bar, where Seth proceeded them to chew them a new ass, because they were supposed to take care of this discreetly and quietly.
We tried.
You did try. You tried real hard. And
the dice just kept failing us.
Badly.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, so at this point, you guys are still in the bar. Where do we leave off exactly with that? Milagros?
I have the notes.
Yes.
The
last scene.
Seth says straight up, "This is already costing me more than I want to pay. Sorry, Seth." Ruben tried to apologize, but Seth was like, "Don't." And then Amy mouthed off to him and freaked everybody the hell out, because you don't talk to Seth like that. And that's where we cut off.
Yep. And so, Amy, I do believe, was staying in one of the rooms that's one of the apartments that Seth had set up upstairs. Mm-hmm. And Ruben, if I remember correctly, also went up to his room.
He came back.
No, he came back? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are sitting down in the bar. Seth is attending to things for the evening because, like I said, by the time you got back there, it wasn't into the prime time of the evening, but it was getting into the point where the first act is getting ready to go up on stage, and people are starting to come into starting to crowd in. So the place is getting a little bit crowded. So what were you guys going to do at this point? You still technically had to go check in with Kevin's dad.
Oh, right.
We are fully washed up now, right?
Yes, you guys
Yeah.
did get cleaned up, and
At the
I do believe,
bodega, and
yeah.
Sonata took a selfie for my titi.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then,
In the single worst fashion abomination that was slightly less of an abomination once she was finished with it.
the pink hang in there kitty T-shirt.
Yeah.
Pair of scissors and some super glue. It's all fine.
And a patron at the bar gave me a shirt.
Yes.
Yep.
And I changed into one of my dresses, which, is no more or less appropriate than any of the other dresses that I wear on a daily basis.
Well, I didn't kill anyone, so I didn't have to change.
Yeah, you weren't covered in gore.
Well, there's still the car
Yep.
that Amy crashed in with her husband.
Yep.
In addition to the hotel
Yep.
that my dad is at, and we know how patient he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he is a detective, yes? On the
Yes.
police force? Got it. All
I
right.
think we should probably check in with your dad first, for obvious reasons. He already doesn't like us very much. It'd be nice to kind of have some positive karma. And then maybe see if we can sneak our way over to the car, because we should probably try to find that. But we also need to think of a way to, talk without talking, which I'm great at. And you guys try really hard.
Well, I think my dad gave me the location of the car. Didn't he, Ray?
He basically you guys told him that you had the young politician's wife with you. And he freaked out because she's a missing person.
Right.
There's been a report filed on her. And he wanted you to bring her in, which is why he wanted you to meet him at the hotel. And then you guys I don't remember if you committed to bringing her in or not.
We did not.
I didn't think you did. And so he wanted to at least be able to question her, so you were supposed to bring her to the hotel.
Yeah, so
The same hotel she was taken from by Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go over a story with her, which I
Yeah.
kind of did.
Kind of,
No,
sort of. When you both were in the bathroom, I do believe.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you guys doing? Seth, like I said, he's going to attend. He's attending to the business of the bar, getting everything set up and ready for the evening. I think he came by and admonished you guys to get your asses in gear one time before he went to finish setting everything up. He was carrying a case of beer to the bar or something like that. He's like, "What the fuck are you guys still doing here?"
Okay.
All right.
Not still, just again.
Oh no, it's again. All right. So why don't we run over to the hotel real quick, and then we'll sneak away to where they found the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your dad gonna be too upset if we don't bring her?
My dad's always upset.
Yeah. Then let's just go.
I mean, it's nothing that I'm not used to. We just
Yeah.
lost her. She jumped out of the car on the way or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It happens.
She's in quite the psychological state and is not in a place where we could keep control of her without causing her bodily harm. I saw that on a TV
Does
show
she
once.
still
I
have?
think.
Does she still have her cell phone? If we can at least take the cell phone to him, that might help to.
She went upstairs. I remember correctly now. She went upstairs with Ruben.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because Ruben was going to show her to the place where she was going to crash.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Ruben came back downstairs.
Right.
But I don't remember Amy ever coming back downstairs.
Amy did not come back downstairs.
I don't think she did.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I foresee with giving them the cell phone. We belong together.
Yeah, snaky.
True.
Which, your dad.
Well, I mean, who knows what the mist will make it sound like to my dad? Like, let's be fair here.
Yeah, but
Just sound like a stalker to him, probably.
yeah, but I'd rather not tempt the fates, so to speak. I've met them. They're not great.
Not my pantheon.
Fair enough. All right.
God, we make terrible jokes.
So Ruben kind of looks up. He's been doodling as always, and he says, "Why don't we just erase the message?"
Let's do that.
It's like,
Okay.
he's like, I'll. He kind of looks around. He's like, "Where is she?"
She's in your place.
Yeah, wasn't she upstairs with you?
Well, no, she was upstairs. I showed her the empty apartment where she would be crashing at. He's like, I thought she would come back on her own. I went to go change. He says, I'll go look for her.
Okay.
And
Do you want me
he
to
takes
come
off.
with you?
He's like, he kind of looks at you and he goes like, I think I know how to go upstairs by myself.
I mean, fair. But, like, if there's a creepy snake lady running around, or
It's
dude,
fair. He's helped me up those stairs more than once.
that's also true.
He says, and Ruben kind of looks at you and he gets this odd look in his face and he says, what are you going to do? Tear her heart out? Then he very stiffly turns and walks away.
You two okay?
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. That exchange was lovely.
Because remember, up until that point, he'd never seen you do that.
Yep.
He knew you did it. He just had never witnessed it.
Yeah.
Fang says he hasn't seen an exchange that cold since he was at a dinner with his brother.
Oh, we love sibling rivalry.
Apparently they play for separate teams.
Oh, so which one's gay?
No, well, that's debatable with the brother, apparently.
Hmm.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, as long as we get something.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to go and just pull the hard drive out of the computer that's in the Jeep.
Okay, no. Ruben took it up to his room because
The computer?
Actually, no. I don't know if Ruben would think to do that.
No, we left it in the Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kevin's just going to go into the back and pop the side panel off and just yank the hard drive out and just tear the screws and everything.
All right. So you basically don't care if it comes out in one piece. If it comes out usable or not, you just want the thing the evidence is stored on removed.
Yep.
All right, no problem. It's not going to be a roll or anything like that. It's pretty much you can just break it out.
Yeah,
rip it
the
out.
least likely somebody is to be able to pull data off of it, the better.
So if it falls on the ground and you jump on it a few times, that's an accident.
Yeah.
All right. So
I only get to use that C4.
So Jesus God. So Kevin goes out to the Jeep. Sonata, what are you and Alejandro doing while he heads out there? And that's going to take you about 5-10 minutes, Kevin.
Okay.
Coming up with a plan? Maybe we should come up with
Yeah.
a plan. So we take in the cell phone.
Mhm.
Always a good start. Head to the car.
The hotel room's not a crime scene or anything anymore, is it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, it still is.
Is it?
You know how long it takes them to process bodies at a crime scene?
No. I
Well,
work
said
at a
that-
bodega.
It can take
I-
up to a couple of days.
Hell
thought
said
Steph
that
made the,
took care of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but there's still blood. There was still pools of blood and everything on the floor.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Because,
There's
you know,
spatter
I work
everywhere.
at a bodega. I don't...
Well, no, they weren't torn apart. They just OD'd. But there was other things that had happened at that party. So,
Oh, geez. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
true. Yeah, I think it would be good to. Well, which is closer, the car or the hotel?
the hotel by far.
Oh, okay then hotel first and then car last then.
Yep.
Excellent.
Actually, come to think of it, crime scenes and all that. Maybe I should avoid being seen at them. Like, I'll stay in the car. But I probably shouldn't show up where the police are necessarily. At least not
Okay.
without coffee.
Oh.
Remember, Sonata, you do have a contact in the PD yourself.
I do. But being seen at being seen at an investigation,
Is so gauche.
well, I mean, it's incredibly, people will talk, tongues will waggle everywhere, which really, gossip magazines and things like that you can just deal with. But proof is not always the nicest thing to have to your name. And, it's different, being friends with a police officer, slightly different from being friends with a slightly shady, no offense, private eye, no offense, who,
He's not
Hey,
even
I'm
here.
just complimented that you said slightly shady.
He's shady adjacent.
yeah, I mean, it's a spectrum, like most things.
Chaotic neutral. It's fine.
Sure, but, being easily and directly connected to a vaguely shady private investigator, maybe not the best image for everything that's happened in my particular circle. However, I will pick up some coffees for you to bring in to the lovely police officers and encourage them to think highly of the situation.
Don't forget the donuts.
I tend to discourage donuts. I usually try to bring egg souffles or something a little bit healthier.
Yeah, that's not gonna help them.
Oh no! I mean, I have all that stuff back at the store. If we want to pop back there,
That
nothing
wouldn't be
too
a bad
fancy.
idea.
Yeah, we'll just take them coffee and donuts.
Yeah.
Dad loves coffee and donuts.
So about this time, with the time that it took Kevin to go out to the car and physically remove the hard drive, come back in, have this conversation, you guys realize that Ruben has not come back.
Ah, damn. All right. I'll go get him. I'm gonna go up and try and find Ruben and Amy.
So remember how I described it? When you go back to where the restrooms are at the back of in the club, you go down this long hallway. There's the 2 restroom doors on the left. There's the office door on the right, and then there's a storeroom door beyond the office door on the right as well. But then you continue down the hallway, and the doorway ends in a door with a glass pane at the top of it, with that smoked over. And if you open that glass door, you come into a small landing area at the bottom of the staircase that has a door that leads outside the building. And this landing staircase goes up to the several apartments above the actual club, the office space around the club. When you go down that hallway and go to where and open that door with the smoked glass in it, the landing, as you open up the landing, the first thing you notice is the door to the landing, which is a secure door, which you have to have a code to go in and open. And the door itself is sitting open. And there is there's no one in the landing area. There's no one coming up or down the stairs that you can hear. And so the doors is sitting there, kind of open, and but the landing is there's nothing else unordinary about that, except for the fact that that door is always supposed to be closed because people live upstairs.
Are they within earshot if I shout back to them? No.
Remember, the first act is tuning up right now.
Right. I'm gonna kind of run back to where they can see me, shake my hands to get their attention, and then I'm just gonna bolt.
Back down the hallway?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm bolting after him.
Sorry for your day off, Alejandra.
It's fine. I'll have another one in like 10 years. It's no problem.
Alejandra's running after him, so Sonata takes one last drink and puts her glass down.
Not dad.
So, not in an amazing hurry, but yeah, we're gonna try and get there as quick as possible.
Hey, he was a bit of a jerk just now. I'm just a little bit vengeful. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Kevin, as you run upstairs, when you get up to the top landing, basically the situation is that there is a switchback staircase because it goes up to there's a third floor. On this floor, and there's a long hallway that goes down, basically the same length of the hallway below it. And on this floor, there are 6 studio apartments in this. They're all long, narrow apartments. They're kind of like what they call shotguns, where if you stood in the doorway, you fired a shotgun, you hit everyone inside the place.
Right.
What?
I've never heard that description.
I have.
Yeah. They're long, narrow apartments. They basically there's a living area in the front. There's a bedroom area in the middle. The kitchen and the bathroom are all at the back of the apartment. Like the kitchen's on the right, the bathroom's on the left, and that's
it. And the door is like just off center.
Yeah, and the door's just off center, and so like if you were to kick open the door and fire a shotgun, and there was people in there, everybody get hit because the pellets would just fill the entire area. So, but anyway, so their people are standing there, and the people are standing, but you go up there, and the first thing you notice is that every single apartment door is open.
Oh, damn it! Yo, Ruben!
No answer.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna
Can I pull out my cell phone and try to
Well,
call
say
him?
about this time, Alejandra and Sonata, you're coming up the stairs now, and you
What's
hear
going on?
Kevin
What's
yell,
up?
"Ruben!"
What's going on? You see him?
Door downstairs was open. That shouldn't have been the key door, and all of these doors are open in the hallway.
And remember, there's still a staircase going up too.
Yeah, and we still got the
On the next floor up, there are 4 apartments on that floor. One of them Seth's, and that's where he lives. But the other 4 apartments are larger, like 2-bedroom apartments, and they're actually rented out to different people and stuff like that. So,
I would like to take out my cell phone and call Ruben.
so Ruben's apartment is the first door on the left as you come up the staircase. You pick up your phone and you dial Ruben's number, and you can hear the cell phone ringing from inside the apartment.
I'm gonna run to that door.
It's right there. It's literally right there beside you. It's one of the reasons you like Ruben's. You don't have to stumble that far.
Yeah.
So you open the door of the apartment. Ruben's place is the usual chaos. There are drawings everywhere. There's scraps of paper all over the floor. There's old pizza boxes in a stack. There is, the little desk that he sits at to draw is the only thing that's really uncluttered because he doesn't let anything pile up on top of the desk. There's dishes stacked in the sink. There's a sofa that looks like it was pulled off of some street corner when someone decided to throw it away in the living area. And there's a tiny little 19-inch flat screen TV that he probably got at a pawn shop. Against one wall that's sitting literally on 2 cinder blocks. And there's a crappy Walmart dinette set at the back by the kitchen. But there's no sign of anyone inside the apartment.
Where's the cell phone?
The cell phone is sitting on Ruben's desk.
And the bathroom door is open, everything.
Yeah, the bathroom door is sitting open.
Okay. I'm going to grab Ruben's cell phone, and I'm going to walk out to Sonata. I'm like, we need to check this whole hallway.
As you walk over to the cell phone, on the desk right beside the cell phone, there is a half-done sketch of Amy. It is of Amy sitting there looking at him, or looking at the person sketching, and she's got a very wry grin on her face as she's looking at him. And it's not finished.
Ruben never leaves the sketch undone. Okay. All right, we got a problem. I think Bacchus whammied Ruben. I think Amy's friend whammied our buddy.
Friend?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell him what I saw.
Sonata, what are you doing?
Right now I'm just kind of thinking.
Got it.
Kevin's going to start checking the hallways.
Okay, Alejandro, what are you going to do?
So does this place have a rat problem at all?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Even a little? Perfect.
Especially Ruben's place. It's not exactly the cleanest. And they can hide. They love hiding in all the paper and.
Yeah. So can I start kind of coaxing them out, and because my intention is to like send them out to look before we can.
So this is what we need to do then. Let's go ahead and bring up your character sheet, Alejandra.
Because I haven't used anything yet.
Nope. Now, I did learn something about the mechanics of the game the other day.
Ooh.
Whenever we use your mechanics, anytime we use a weakness tag, you get to mark XP. Now, if you have Roll20 up,
Yeah.
whenever you click a weakness tag on that, use a weakness tag, you get an XP for that. Okay? Where are the tracking cards? Tags. There's supposed to be an XP tracker on here. Oh, build up under Alexander Guzman. So you see where it has the marks under build up? That's your XP. When you get 5 XP, you get to do things like add a new power tag onto one of your powers.
I don't see the build up.
It's under your character card.
Okay.
It's right above where it says Mythos. You see it, Alejandro?
It's the first
There we
card in
go.
the stack.
Yeah,
with the
first card in the
fedora.
stack.
Build
So-
up. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you get all 5 of those filled, that's when you basically get to level up. Level upping happens immediately. So if you have something that you've been like a tag that you think fits, that you've been like kind of thinking about, then you can immediately apply it to whatever you want to apply it to. The build up is just the general weakness tags that are hit in the game. And it does not pertain to, like, I have to spend all my build-up points to this new power tag because it fit with what I was doing when I got the build-ups. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about, just address right quick with gameplay, is that every time you guys do something that goes against the nature of one of these tags, or every time you want to actually burn a power tag. And burning a power tag has special features about it. If you do something that is literally against your tag, like let's say your loss of father, this tag right here, and he says, I never got to say goodbye. If you ever get a chance to delve into this concept, and you refuse to do it, whether because it puts your friends at risk or it takes you away from actually investigating, it'll pull you away from the meta of the game and makes you more wrapped up in the personal drama. So you say, "Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay on track for the clues." If you do go against it, you'll mark what they call a crack. Okay, but if you do something that focuses in on it, if you do something that, if instead of doing a crack, you say, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go investigate my father's disappearance, even though we're supposed to do something else. I'm basically I'm going to split the party. You know what I mean? Then you put an attention on there. Here's the thing. If you get 3 cracks, you automatically lose that rating. Okay? So, like, if you let's just say actually on the wrong one. Hang on one second. So for Alejandra, if you were to stop yourself from doing that 3 times, you would lose that loss of father. Basically, you've denied that aspect of your humanity so much that it no longer really has a super strong significance for you. But if you lose one of your not mythoses, but your logos. If you lose one of your logoses, it's automatically replaced with a new mythos. Okay? And if you lose one of your last mythos, you no longer are affected by the myths, and you no longer know of your supernatural nature. So you won't understand what Sonata's problem is, and you won't see her, because she has vestigial feathers, you won't see those anymore. You won't understand what Kevin's deal is, you won't understand, and you won't have any memories of them either, because the myths will take those.
Okay.
So you might remember them coming in your bodega all the time, but you won't remember going on these adventures with them or anything like that. If you lose your last logos, and because right now you have 3 logos and 1 mythos. If you lose your last logos, then your mythos takes over completely, and you no longer have control of your character. Your character is now literally whatever and whoever it was. So that's how that works. Now, for the power tags themselves, you see where it has a little burn right beside it? The little fire flame symbol? If you are in a situation, you can burn a tag, which means you can click that little flame symbol, and if you burn the tag, you automatically count any roll you were going to make as a 10. Plus any bonuses you got, because you still get, like if you call upon nature and you burn it, then you still get the +1 for that, so that makes it an 11. But if we were to apply weakness tags or situational tags that give you more negatives, you would subtract the negatives too. So you don't necessarily burn it and get an auto success. You just get a 10. Okay? And then if there's any negatives, they're still applied, and if there's any positives, they're still applied. Now, the other point about that is, down here, there are these things called these tracking cards, right? And they have tags on the tracking cards. Tags are conditions that can be semi-permanent. Okay? Like, let's say that Kevin's in a fight with his brother, and his brother pulls a dirty maneuver and, like, separates Kevin's shoulder. Right? Well, we would give Kevin the tag separated shoulder. And depending on how bad the separated shoulder is, like if it's really bad, like if he got a 12, he might end up with a separated shoulder rating of 3. And then through the fight, his brother can keep on using that tag and say, like, I'm going for a shoulder again. I'm going to grind that sucker right out of socket. And so every time he does it, depending on how much he does it against it, like if it's a separated shoulder 3, then Kevin has a -3 to the roll. And if his brother succeeds on the roll, and it's like and Kevin's, let's say Kevin's, and Kevin's roll in the fight is like, an 8 -3 is a 5. Well, that's also 2 below a success, right? Because the success is 7. So his -3 would go up to a -5. And if it ever gets to 6, you are completely taken out of the scene. And technically, just about anything could happen to you, up to and including death. So we're going to have to start monitoring those tags, because, those can be used against you. Now, there's 2 different things in the mechanics. There's tags, which I just described, and then there's the ones that are only good for scenes. And those are not tags, they're, what are they called? Labels or something like that. And those are like just situational. Like if the building's on fire and you're trying to jump out a window, but you have to run through the flames, I'm gonna be like, oh no, self-preservation. You're not gonna try and run through the flames. You'll try and run down the stairs instead. So fear of fire is a natural thing. So you'll have the situational tag of fear of fire, which is a -1. And that all depends. Like if your supernatural mythos has a background where they're afraid of flame, like if you're Jack Frost. And you don't want to go to flame because you melt. So it would be a higher situational. But it only applies to that scene because as soon as you get out of that scene, there's no more fire. Okay? Those come and go. Tags stick around until you remove them. And there is a process for removing them, which is done through roleplay. So.
I dig it.
Yep.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, so what we're doing now, Alejandra, is we are going to look at your tag or your actual Mythos card. I'm assuming you're going to use Call Upon Nature or Summon Small Animals.
Summon Small Animals.
Okay, so what you're going to do is to the right of that, you're going to mark the box besides Summon Small Animals.
Yep.
Somebody summon a druid?
Dun, dun, dun. So this is not barren and lifeless areas or isolation. So we're not going to apply that weakness tag to it. We are going to apply a weakness though of there's too many lights because the rats don't want to reveal themselves.
Yeah.
And we're going to apply one other weakness tag of there's too many people. So
those
are two. You can also
a minus.
You got a -2, so you're gonna. So I'm gonna put a -2 on here. Oops. 1, 2, and so you have a total of -1 on the roll. Now you can also try and bring in other tags, other scenes, other scene only tags for this. Or you can bring in other tags from other events from your logos. So
I have the nurturing, comforting vibe.
you can definitely use
that. Might help.
Are there any house plants in
no,
area?
Not in his place. The only thing living in here is the rats and the roaches.
Which
Fair.
is why I thought of it.
I tried. I tried.
Leftover
Yeah,
food.
sorry. Okay, so that brought me back up to a 0, which I think is good.
Yep.
Right.
And then you can either do the roll there, or if you want to, you can go back into your adaptation and you can burn Summon Small Animals to make it a 10 with no modifiers, which is an automatic success. But that you should only do if you feel the roll is incredibly important, because what that means is for the rest of this adventure, for this evening, you won't be able to use Summon Small Animals until you recover it. And basically, you recover it by kind of doing a minor cutscene by yourself.
I think I'm just gonna do it normally for this time.
Okay. So you're going to do doing a roll with +0.
Uh-huh.
Go for it.
What do I do?
You do the words. Actually, all you have to do on the character sheet is if you go down to where it says... where's the thing for rolling?
This is a good question.
Yeah,
It
where's
says...
the roll?
There's a thing that says roll dynamite.
Yeah. Is that a regular roll?
Let me check one thing. I mean, we're just going to test it, so go ahead and hit it.
I don't see anything.
It should be... Are you on roll 20?
Yeah.
All right. So if you go to roll 20...
Yeah, I clicked roll
and you
dynamite.
look into this... Okay, it's not rolling then. Hang on one second. I'm trying to figure it out. I apologize. Oh, good. That came up. Nickelodeon. Give me 1 second.
I know we've done it before.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it real fast.
I think you press one of the core moves buttons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so what you're trying to do is, that's right. So you're trying to, and what are you using this for? Are you trying to, you're trying to investigate the situation?
I'm trying to investigate.
Convince or investigate? Trying to use it to investigate? So yeah, go ahead and click investigate. There you go. And the result is a 9.
Yay.
So with a 9, you get to 1-to-1 to ask me a question about the subject of your investigation. You can also choose one. Your investigation exposes you to danger. The clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true and part false. Or whatever you are asking the questions can ask you one question as well. Your answers are on the same terms. Rats don't really ask questions.
Yeah.
But you have a success, so I must give you either a straight up answer or a solid lead.
Okay. Is he anywhere nearby?
Here's the thing: you're talking to a rat.
I know, but
so, who's he?
Okay, the man who lives here, because I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the man who lives here. The man who lives here.
This rat is officially my favorite NPC already.
Yeah, no, I love this already. The man who lives here. Can you send out if he is still in this building?
Oh, the benefactor is gone.
The benefactor. Okay.
Yes, he went with the loud one.
The loud one. Okay. Did you see where they went? What direction? Out the window?
Into the light.
What light?
The bat kind of looks at the doorway and is like, the light.
The light. Okay.
We don't go into the light.
I understand that. Of course.
You shouldn't go into the light. It's dangerous.
Would
you like some cheese?
No,
I pulled it off of pizza.
Thank you for offering.
Would you like moldy cheese?
No, I'm good on cheese.
I found a toenail.
A toenail. Don't know if that'll help us find him. Is there a way that you can leave the building without going into the light?
Of course.
Okay. Do you think you would be able to find where outside this building he is?
Why?
Because he's my friend. And I run a place with a lot of food. I could get you all the food you want.
He kind of looks around. He's like, we have all the food we want. Do you want me to go find him?
Yes.
You can't smell him?
Is
your nose broken?
No, it's just not very good.
You're gonna die, probably. You can't smell danger? Because
no.
she smelled like danger.
She did.
Oh, yeah. She smelled like the ones who get sick and attack others.
Okay.
She smelled like... She smelled crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, she's inhabited by a god of madness, so that makes sense.
What is a god?
It's a whole
Is it
thing.
better than cheese?
Well...
Then why would you care?
Because my friends are missing.
This is very confusing. Can I go back to eating junk?
Wait, but could you, would you be able to try and...
Why don't you cover up your smell by rolling in filth?
Because my mom would get mad at me.
Your mom wants you to die. You should kill her and eat her.
Oh, she would rather me be clean and dead than alive and messy.
See? You know what?
What?
My cousin, he's really sick. I can have him go bite her. She'll be dead in a day.
My mom? No,
Yeah.
thank you. No.
I can follow your scent right back to your house.
How about you follow the benefactor's scent outside?
He went with Crazy.
I know he went with Crazy, but I
Crazy is dangerous.
I know Crazy is dangerous, but the three of us can handle her.
I mean, I will do this. I will go ask around.
Okay. Thank you.
What are you going to give me?
What do you want? I've got a lot of stuff I can offer.
More rats.
More rats.
Yes.
All right.
We need to be the biggest nest ever so we can have the most territory and have the best things to eat.
I can get you more rats pretty easily.
Good. You bring us more rats, we will do you favors.
Okay, thank you.
Plus, the benefactor likes rats.
Okay.
Otherwise, why would he leave all this food around for us? And places for us to hide? And he never cleans up our poops. He leaves them all out so we can make this place smell just like us.
I see. Yeah, he sure loves you guys.
And he does not clean up any of our trails so we can always find each other.
I want to point out what this looks like to Kevin and Sonata.
Yeah.
We just have Alejandra talking to a rat, and all we hear is squeak, 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 squeak.
And she's just talking in a normal. She's just talking in a normal voice, and apparently the rat completely fucking understands.
Right, she's talking in English, and we just hear the rat squeaking back, like.
And I'm talking like I'm speaking to a customer. Like, this is more customer service.
You're doing customer service voice.
And the worst part is, at this point, I'm not even the least bit surprised.
Yeah.
None of this seems weird anymore.
So the rat kind of looks at you as like, you're going to wait here then?
How long do you think it'll take?
Maybe a few sleeps.
A few sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I think we might go and come back.
How am I going to tell you? Never mind. I'm always here anyway, except if I'm dead. So
I sure hope you don't die.
There are cats, and there are ravens, and there are all kinds of things that want to eat me. Plus, sometimes the other benefactors put out food that poisons us, and that's not nice.
That's very
No, that's what you can do.
Oh?
Go through the whole place and find all the poison foods and make them go away.
I can do that right now.
And all the other places, too. Where all the other people who went with the crazy lady left.
Oh,
Other
they all
people?
went with her? Wait,
No.
you can't understand the rats.
I can't understand. Sorry, that was.
Yeah, she went around. She touched the benefactor.
Okay.
And then he started following her, and he went and knocked on the other doors, and whenever anyone answered the door, she would reach out and touch them. And then they started following her around, and they were making lots of noise and yelling, and the last couple of people, they had to kick the doors in to make them open the doors, because they knew that there was crazy coming at that point.
Okay. Guys, I think I have a bit of a lead.
What's going on?
At least know what happened to everybody else on this floor.
That much crazy starts to smell of death.
Oh god. Bacchus took everybody, including Ruben.
Oh. That's
Oh, no.
great.
And they were raising hell, it sounds like.
Well,
Well,
that
Seth
is-
didn't know about it, so... Sorry, bad time for a joke.
Very funny.
Yeah, alright. Okay,
Also,
so...
we have a task to complete before we can go.
What's that?
We need to get rid of the mouse and rat traps in the apartment.
Oh,
Okay.
All the apartments. You feel
All
like
of the
you feel like a tug on your pant leg as the rat's like
all
looking
of
up
the
at you.
apartments. I'm sorry. All of the apartments.
Yeah, alright, what the hell?
Okay.
hey! Earlier you had super speed. Can you do that again? I'll go across
Alright.
the way and check behind the fridge.
Yeah.
I'll run this side, I guess.
Yeah. I'll go upstairs and see what I can do.
Okay.
You go upstairs. Upstairs looks like a fucking war zone.
Oh my god.
The hallway is much nicer up here. It's cleaner, but all the doors up here have been kicked in. There is blood along one wall. The last apartment on the left, which is the one directly across from Cess, because you guys know where it's apartment Cess. Cess is the only apartment the door is actually closed. The apartment across from his, the person who lives there is actually a decently successful artist. That door has been kicked in. There is signs of a fight. There is a baseball bat laying on the ground which has blood all over it. The couch has been knocked over. In the kitchen, you find like there's one of those knife butcher blocks has been knocked over, and there's a knife that's laying like on the ground by the counter there that's covered in blood, and there's blood trails on the ground here. And as you're looking around, you kind of look back down the hallway to where the other bedrooms are, and there is a body laying on the floor in that hallway.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back downstairs to where Sonata and Kevin are looking around, and we got another body, guys.
Like a
What kind of body?
Dead human. I didn't check to see what the cause of death was yet, but they already killed someone.
Alright, I'll go check it.
I'm gonna go tell Seth what's
Yes.
going on.
Okay.
Dehydration.
So you head downstairs to tell Seth what's going on. You're headed back down. You two are going back upstairs where the body is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
She did give us a full rundown, right?
Who's she?
Alejandro. She gave us the full rundown of like what she was told.
By the
Yes.
rat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check. Just
He's
wanted to
very
make sure.
helpful.
The helpful rat.
There was
Casper, the friendly rat,
always
friendly
a helpful rat.
There's
Yeah.
Always a helpful rat.
I'm going to examine the body and see if I can figure out exactly
So-
how they died.
This is an older gentleman, probably in his mid to late 40s. He has been stabbed so many times that because he's laying on his front face in a pool of blood. So as you roll him over, he's been stabbed so many times that he was wearing like a sweater vest over a nice button-down front shirt. He's been stabbed so many times that the sweater vest has literally been shredded by the kitchen knife being stabbed into him. I mean, whoever did this. Oh, do me a favor. Let's actually do a roll for this one. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to see if we can use this on your investigative skills. So investigative nature.
Yeah. I'm
Examining the
using-
scene. You already got it tagged.
Yep.
Are you going to use any of your supernatural abilities to help you out with examining the scene?
Let me see what I got. I don't really have anything here. Maybe if I need to, because I'm examining the entire, what I can of the entire crime scene to kind of like see where like blood trails lead and stuff. So if I have to pick anything up, I would be using the vampiric strength.
Yeah. I don't. But he's just laying in the hallway, so there's not really a big deal with that. All right.
Well, I mean,
so,
like if any of it leads into like an apartment or anything, or into his apartment, is more what I meant.
Gotcha. One of the tags you can actually use is from your crew theme, and you can use the tag from the streets if you want to use that.
Yep. Okay.
So that gives you two, because we are going to be applying your weak. Well, we can apply your weakness tag of hyperfixation on my quarry.
Okay. Yeah. Because Ruben's a buddy.
Yeah. So go ahead and give that a click.
Yep.
And then you're going to be doing using the investigate core moves.
I am.
And go ahead and click on that.
And I got a 9.
Perfect. All right, so you have a 9, which is a success with a caveat. So you may ask me one question, and I will give you a direct answer to it.
Are there any bloody footprints leading away from the body?
I'm not going to count that because there are tons.
Oh.
Okay.
I should have been more descriptive on that.
Okay. So, can I tell which way they went? Because I mean, obviously, like the party came this way. This guy got stabbed to death, and then which way did they leave?
So these apartments are done up with basically the whole generic "this is cheap" apartment carpeting.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the footprints, the blood in the hallway is still almost warm. The blood trail in the hallway, the footprints go all over in the hallway. They kind of wander around. And there's all different types of footprints. There's barefoot, there's people, there's shoes, there's all different types of footprints. And the footprints, the main concentration of all the footprints is coming in and out of the blood pool around the body, but they wander back into the kitchen. In the kitchen, there's some bloody footprints on the floor. But the carpeting in the living room area is got footprints all over it, going from the door to the couch to in front of the TV and everything like that. And one of the things you can see is that some of the footprints cadences, like stride and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
they don't look like they're walking around. Especially one of the sets of barefoot footprints. As you're following the pattern of the footprints, it looks like the person was twirling or dancing.
Okay. I'm going to share that with Alejandra. And then I'm going to try and head towards the nearest exit to the hallway opposite the bar. And just follow it as far as I can.
Now, here's another thing that you did notice because of all those... Because of how extensive the attack was. Number one, it looks like almost all the attack wounds are nearly identical in shape. So it was probably all done with the same weapon. But the wounds come from all different directions. Which means that this weapon was handed around to different people as they stabbed this body repeatedly. And some of them were probably just standing around the body stabbing it.
Okay. Okay, that's unpleasant. Great. And I can't find the weapon at all. They've still got it.
Probably. There's a bloody knife in the kitchen, remember?
Yeah, there's a bloody knife in
Okay.
the kitchen when we first
So
entered.
I'm gonna point at the bloody knife in the kitchen. I'm doing my best not to like step in any of the blood anywhere.
You won't be able to get within 5 feet of the body if you don't step in the blood.
Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
all right.
Do we have to wash up again?
I mean, there's blood splatter up and down the walls in the hallway. There's some blood splatter in the kitchen on walls. It's pretty obvious that he probably got initially stabbed in the kitchen area, and then he tried to run down the hallway, and from the looks of it, he got stabbed the whole way until he fell.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay, so ultimately this is where he stopped.
Mm-hmm. Where he dropped, yeah.
Yeah, this is where he ended.
Mm-hmm.
And they started on him back there. And apparently they had the wherewithal to put the knife back. So,
No, it was laying on the floor.
oh, it's laying on the floor. Okay. So, I'm not going to touch the weapon at all, and I'm not going to touch the body. I'm going to kind of try and trail up the hallway now, because they didn't come back our way, and there's only one way. If they'd gone back our way, they would have passed us.
Right.
And we would have seen bloody footprints. So I'm going to go the opposite way, further in.
I'm going to give you this portion of it too. It looks like they were very intent on stabbing him a lot, but then for some reason it looks like they were just milling around in the living room. So most of probably the blood on their feet is wiped all over the living room carpeting.
Got it.
Which is why there's not really a blood trail in the hallways or down the stairs.
Got it.
Like they were almost absent-mindedly milling around, waiting for something.
You got any ideas, Alejandra? Because at this point it looks like they could have... I mean, they could have just... with the way they were scrubbing their feet off on the carpet over here, just milling about, they could have headed back before we came in here.
Sonata.
Yes.
In your head, you hear her.
Oh, fuck.
She says, "Am I forgiven?"
Yes.
I knew you couldn't stay mad with me.
You're very persuasive.
She says, "I have something for you. A present for me misbehaving."
Oh, thank you.
She says, "It's information. If she is summoning a bacchanal, she is looking to go to war. She is marshaling her troops.
Thank you.
I don't know what happened, but something woke him up. And he is creating a bacchanalian, either to protect himself in the center of, or is going to use as a weapon. Do you know what a bacchanalian is? A bacchanal?
Isn't that what the crazy party is called?
It's not just a crazy party. They are sensualists beyond sensualists. Everything is an experience. If they die, they love every second of it. If they're torn to pieces, they enjoy every moment of it. They are the ultimate berserkers. They will let themselves be torn apart just for the feeling of it.
I love my patron.
She says they are terrifying. With no weapons, they will tear a house down. No matter how much damage it does to them. And I guarantee you, if he's in charge, he doesn't care what happens to them. And there are stories of Bacchus driving the gods themselves to madness. So if Apollo is under his thrall, then he has Apollo's powers.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
Well, hopefully Reuben is still in control, right? At least for now.
There's only one person in control if that's a bacchanalian, and that's Bacchus.
And we're gonna have to figure this out.
She
I will.
says, or we can just let them figure it out. You have a career to think about.
But
But if you want to help them, we will help them. I'm just saying, it doesn't do me any good if you die.
But she knows we're here. And if she knows that we exist...
She knew that Reuben was there. She started with him.
Exactly.
That means Bacchus is more aware than you thought.
Yeah, well, if she knew that Reuben was there and went after Reuben, she's probably going to want us, too. She knows that we're fairly strong, at least. And if he's assembling an army, he'll want fighters, and they just saw us fight. So, either Reuben was the only one that showed any sort of prowess, which, considering what happened with Fangs, probably isn't the case. It's probably just a matter of time, and I'd rather not have my friend dead. At least not until I get to yell at him first. You know?
If Oasis has, for some reason, decided that Bacchus is her rival in this point, Bacchus may not be known as the fighter, but remember, fighting is just another sensation for Bacchus. He will run straight to it.
Yeah. So you said Bacchus and Oasis, they kind of worked together, right?
Work together? Not necessarily. I don't even know what Bacchus would make of Oasis.
Fair enough.
Oasis is the god of despair. She was minor. She barely has a footnote in the legends. She had cultists. She had worshippers. Especially amongst the poets.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But at the same time, she is everything that Bacchus is not. And I can't tell you why she chose to oppose Bacchus. But there must be something there. That's all I have.
Thank you so much for your help. That means a lot to me, and I'm really grateful.
Remember, if it gets bad, just let me in. And
I know.
I will fly us away.
You've always got my back. Okay,
Your
now
back,
we gotta talk.
Your back is my back.
Exactly. Now we just gotta talk to Seth. Okay.
If Kevin tries to eat us again, we have an aerial run.
Who flies faster? The vampire or the
Siren, let's go. I'll keep time.
Questions for another day.
Yeah, so she'll keep going. She'll tell Seth the rundown that she has, and she wouldn't tell him the information that Raidney gave her. She would wait to tell that to Kevin and Ale. But
right.
yeah.
So let's do this. It's 9:30, and I know Kevin's probably just gotten food in and everything like that because he ordered dinner right before the show started. Mm-hmm. So let's take a 10-minute break right now. We will be back at 9:40, more like 13 minutes. We'll be back at 9:40, giving Kevin a little time to eat some dinner and giving me some time to get some drinks and giving you guys time to come up with a little plan.
Yeah.
Need a plan.
So I'm probably gonna scrounge up some dinner.
All right. So we will be back at 9:30, guys. 9:40. And thank you very much, and we will see you in a moment.
Bye.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for letting us take that very short but very well needed break. I have Cheetos. I will promise not to eat them on air. I'm a good boy and I won't do it. Or at least I'll mute when I do. So, what was that?
I miss hot Cheetos. I haven't had hot Cheetos in so long.
No, well, you should go get some hot Cheetos then. Not right now, but soon.
Not right now. I want some someday.
All right, so what were you guys going to do someday? What were you guys going to be going to do? You knew you were going to try and figure out your next steps. What have you guys thought about?
So, Sonata, you filled us in on what
Raidney?
what Raidney said.
Uh-huh.
We've filled you in on the situation here.
Uh-huh.
We need to go see my dad at the hotel. And we need to put out an APB for Ruben.
And Amy.
Has anyone decided... Did you go tell Seth what was going on, Sonata?
Yeah, I did that before telling them.
Yeah, we went to break when she came back to us.
Yeah.
From that.
So, when you tell Seth what's going on, he kind of just, like, looks at you, and he kind of just, like, holds his head down. He's leaning on the bar when you tell him. He holds his head down, and he says... Do me a favor before you run back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you call your boy toy?
Yeah, I can do that.
Just let him know that you were here. You want to make sure that this is reported, but, you know, it could be bad for you if people find out you're working here, etc., etc. So you want to keep it on the down low, so have him do it as an anonymous or whatever, but just report it in.
That's a really... Yeah, I can do that. I will do that for you right now. So I will run upstairs, and I will, before getting up there, I will...
What's his name?
Oh, I need to make up a name.
Yes, you do. On the spot. Ride the roller coaster. What's his name?
Robert. Robert.
Robert.
Oh, you could have named him Richard, and then it would have been
Robert
his name is
Jamestown.
Dick.
Because the thing is, my brain instantly Robert Dickinson. No, you can't do that. Robert Jamesfeld.
Jamesfeld?
Yes.
Alright.
So yeah.
Alright.
Okay, he's in the notes.
He's
Heck
in
yeah.
the notes. Robert Jamesfeld.
I'm not going to remember that name. I really need to write it down somewhere.
We've got it. I think several of us have written that now. Are you... So your name is Sonata Redney?
Yes.
Okay. And so you pick up the phone, you dial out. You dial his number, and after a few... Go ahead.
First I got to do the, character prep.
You do your character prep. Do it now.
And then I pick up the phone, and then I call my friend.
Mm-hmm. The phone rings, and Miss Radney, it's a pleasure to hear from you after so long.
Well, there's been some things going on, but I needed to talk to... This sounds like it's his partner and not him.
Nope, it's him.
That's him? Okay, fair enough. Just wanted to double check. I have something that is going on, and I'm a little scared, and you were the only person I could think to call.
His tone instantly changes. He says, "Tell me what's going on."
There's this apartment complex over the bar that I work at, and I went upstairs to visit my friend who's the piano player, and a man was stabbed, and my friend is missing, and everyone is they're just all gone, and I'm really scared. I don't want people to think that...
All right, no, it's okay. It's okay. Look, stay calm. I'm going to come over there The pretense is I'm coming over to catch your show. Okay? When I come over there, I'm going to notice the doors open to the apartments, and I'm going to go take a look just to make sure everything is okay. Where's the body?
It's like the third floor, second floor. Third floor.
All right.
That was out of character, I swear.
He says, okay. He's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. He says, and once I find the body, then I'll call it in.
Thank you so much.
He's like, just stay calm, and I'll be there in 10.
Thank you. Okay, we got 10 minutes, and we gotta get this going.
Bob?
Huh?
I was talking to... that's Bob?
Yes, that's Bob.
But...
Seth
Okay,
asked,
so we've got 12 minutes. He doesn't drive that fast. All right, let's go.
Honey, it's for me.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're right. He'll be here in 5. All right, let's go.
Okay. So yeah, we go downstairs. I talk to Seth and tell him the cover story that is planned and set it up so that I have at least one song in the set tonight.
So Seth kind of looks at you and he shakes his head and he says, really?
It was his idea.
I'm sure it was his idea.
I follow the instructions of the police officers. I am a very law-abiding citizen.
All right. So, did you tell Seth everything that you knew, Sonata?
I didn't tell him about the stuff that Raidney told me about, what Bacchus does. But I told him all about the stuff upstairs and everything we knew about the rest of the situation.
He says, all right. He's like, get what you can, do what you need to do up there and get the hell out of there. He says, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be shut down. Because this is not going to be a small thing. With all the other everyone missing from all the apartments and a body that's been horribly stabbed to death. Yeah, there's going to be I'm pretty sure that everyone here is going to get questioned.
Yep.
So you guys need to get the hell out of here or you're going to be locked in here all night.
I'll get the Jeep running.
He's like,
why don't I meet
like
you
I'm going to be.
Why don't I meet you two at the bodega so that I'm at least here when the cover story happens? And then I will be quietly ushered away before anything can occur.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jeep will be running across the street.
Sounds good.
So you guys head over to the bodega.
Yeah.
Seth kind of is like, you can just feel Seth's eyes follow you as you two walk out the fucking front door.
I'll buy you an expensive bottle of whiskey, Seth.
Seth kind of holds his hands up and behind him there's 30 bottles of whiskey. He's like, what the fuck? Just go!
I'll make you a nice salad.
I'll make you a nice salad.
Oh my god.
All right, so you guys head over to the bodega. He does get there within another 2 or 3 minutes after they clear out. He walks up to you and he looks. As you're standing there on the stoop, and he kind of grabs you by the shoulders and he kind of, because you're small, so he kind of crouches down and looks in the eyes and he says, "Are you okay?"
I think.
You don't. No one talked to you. No one came up to you. No one approached you. You didn't see anyone at all.
No. I was just inside and I went up to go find Ruben.
All right. I'm gonna go in through the front doors. I'm going to go ask about you, ask for you. I'm going to make a show of looking for you in there. And then I'm going to come back here, and that's where I'll find the open door. And it says, I'm assuming you talked to Seth already.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then he'll know what's going on. He kind of shakes his head, and he's like, how do you always get into these messes? It's like trouble follows you.
Well, I have really bad luck, apparently.
With everything but men. He kind of turns on a. He kind of turns on his heel and he looks over his shoulder one last time and he's like, He's like, I don't know where you're going, but you need to go there now. And remember, you need to have an alibi, so be with other people, okay?
I have some friends I can call. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Go ahead, go. Before I change my mind and regret all this.
I owe him dinner.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Dinner's fine. Risking his career is nothing. It's okay. Everything's fine. It's fine.
There's titties on the line.
There's titties on the line.
He thinks there are titties on the line.
I owe him a nice dinner.
Something
Yep.
got upgraded from just dinner to nice dinner.
I know. Yeah, somebody got upgraded to normal clothes to cocktail dress is what happened.
Yeah.
No.
From the pink lipstick to the red lipstick. Very different silhouette.
You're not abusive at all.
This is getting like worse.
Hey. She's just using her natural talent.
Natural talents and abilities, yes, absolutely.
I don't
Yes.
exactly have the best, examples. I grew up in the entertainment industry.
Jesus. Oh, why did we
Mind
play?
you, I will say though, Ale is so jealous that she is able to do this. Because she has Ty Lee energy, Ale has Azula energy. She can manipulate anyone. Ale's just like, listen up, punk.
You found
I'm
over
gonna
a dead
snitch
body,
to
you're
you
going
on your
to
mom.
jail.
Yeah, I'm going straight. I did it. I definitely did.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm brown. I definitely did it.
You and I both found over the same body.
I
Even
wasn't
you
there.
think you did it at that point.
Even
I'm
though
the one person.
even though the heart's been ripped out and she's got blood all over her face.
Yeah, no, of course, the big scary brown woman did it, 100%.
But I was gonna say, had you been by yourself with your your rage issues, you probably did do it.
Oh, yeah. Someone's getting eaten at some point. I'm the one cannibal, the one potential cannibal who hasn't eaten anyone yet.
It is going to be an amazing scene, trust me. All right, so about this time, you walk across the street to the bodega. You can see the Jeep sitting outside running. What are you guys? Are you guys sitting in the Jeep, or did you guys actually go into the bodega?
I'm sitting in the Jeep.
All right. So you see Kevin sitting in the Jeep. Are you in the Jeep as well, Alejandra?
I went in just to get, at this point, I feel like we're going to have to clean up multiple times, so I went in to get, a big thing of Clorox wipes, and to just reassure my Titi that everything's totally fine, the Jeep's just a little dirty.
The shoot went so well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Totally.
Yeah. Everything's fine, Tia. I need these Clorox wipes. Nothing's gone wrong. Is this a bottle of hydrogen peroxide? We're okay. The big trash bags. No, I need the big ones. Lots of them.
For real.
I'm not pregnant.
Everything's fine.
Do we still have that big box of rags in the back? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Do we have? Oh my
Rubber
god.
gloves?
What is it
Do we
called?
need this t-shirt? Do you really think I'm going to sell this t-shirt?
Yeah, no, for real. I know it's
Latex
big,
gloves? Latex
yellow.
gloves, yeah.
No, the big yellow reusable cleaning gloves. Everything's fine.
Your aunt is just looking at you going. She's like, do you want me to say you were working all night?
You know what? At this point, yeah, this hasn't been much of a night off.
I was kidding!
Listen, Kiki, I'll explain later.
What the hell are you doing?
You know how it is with celebrities,
We get more selfies. That's all I'm saying.
Of
And I get to
course,
post them on social media.
Titi, you will
Okay.
get all the selfies you want.
All right. All
In a better
right.
dress.
All the selfies
Be
you
in a
want.
better dress first.
And then maybe a lock of hair. No.
I'll see what I can do.
I've had weirder
Your Uncle
requests.
Husto would just, he would be over the moon. So
Kevin's
I
just
know.
in the Jeep going, "Will you help me hide a pond?"
the worst part about it is, currently the only body in existence is being taken care of. You guys are literally mapping this out for the future. If there was anything about premeditation everywhere, this is evidence.
Doesn't have to be in one piece.
Oh shit! Last minute, Alejandro comes running in. One more thing. Runs to the back, grabs a hacksaw, runs back out.
Oh my god. I'm gonna come back to the Jeep with like a big like tote bag that I have like hanging in the back.
As you run out with the tote bag, your tia goes, "Concert tickets!"
Yes, Fifi, absolutely. At this point, yeah. Oh god.
I make really good salad.
As Sonata, as you're walking up to the other side of the Jeep, you see Alejandro comes up. She opens the hatch. She throws a big bag in the back, and as she's closing the hatch down, you see her aunt stick her head out of the bodega, and she goes, and you see her goes, "And backstage passes, god damn it!"
I know her personally. We can have her over for dinner. It's fine.
It's like, "I don't want to impose." And she closes the door and she goes back inside.
Yes! The Greek side of my family!
Oh god.
All right, so there you have a big bag of cleaning supply.
Yep. We're not leaving shit.
Are we moving to Japan?
This is just in case.
Just in case.
This is just in case.
At least throw the blanket that's back there over that stuff so my dad doesn't see it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go there with a cop.
Oh,
You're gonna take all this
my
stuff
God.
to a cop.
Okay.
It's fine.
On the
it's
plus
fine.
side, that's
Everything's
actually a
fine.
great. Maybe not such a great alibi. It's fine.
My dad won't lie for us, so
Yeah. But I
Hey,
just have to
those
be.
gloves
seen
could also be
somewhere.
used for gardening.
do I
At
look like I
9
garden?
o'clock, at 10 o'clock at night.
And
I'm
I
so
live out of my
sorry.
office.
Weirder
At
things have
night.
happened.
Yeah, and I live out of my
Beautiful.
office in a strip mall, so
Maybe you need some houseplants.
He's repotting all his dead houseplants. All right,
Yep.
so you guys start heading to the hotel. Remember,
Yeah.
the hotel was like not very far at all. It's near the bar.
yeah.
So it only takes you a few minutes to get there. As you pull up, there's still a forensic van out front. There is two black and white, two patrol cars. There's no lights on. The hotel room is on the second floor, and it's like one of those. It's not a hotel; it's a motel. You know, the door is open to the exterior. There's a landing way outside. It's one of those hotels that has rates by the day and rates by the hour. So as you guys go up the stairs to the balcony, there is a plainclothes officer who is standing like kind of on the balcony as you're walking up. And Kevin, you recognize him. It's Officer Waters. He's an old street cop. He basically, he probably was one of the first ones to arrive because this is a beat he normally patrols. So he's probably been here all night.
Yeah.
But as you walk up, he's like, "What's up, Kev?"
Hey, Waters.
He's like, I don't know what's going on tonight, but this town's going crazy.
Yeah, Dad told me. We actually brought some coffee because Dad's on his way.
Oh,
And-
oh shit, yeah, your dad's here.
Oh shit, Dad's already here.
Yeah.
Well, I brought the donuts you guys like because I knew I was running a little bit late.
He's like, "That's why we let you come into this place, man." He takes the bottle of donuts. He opens up. He looks through it and picks whatever he wants. There's like 2 or 3 of them out, and he closes it up. He's like, "Yeah, that came like that." He hands it back to you.
Hey,
He takes a cup of coffee.
yeah, we'll just tell my dad that I ate him. It's fine.
He's like, "Yeah, your dad's inside.
How pissed is he?
Your dad is never happy, man."
Okay, well, I tried to get him on, some of those, happy pills.
Dude, I slipped Prozac in his coffee once, and the motherfucker got mad. How does that happen?
He's immune to Prozac. It's weird as hell.
I just wanted to see if he relaxed for half an hour, and instead he got madder.
I honestly think that's just a natural state of
He is chemically unbalanced. And then from inside the hotel room, he says, Waters, stop talking shit and tell him to get in here.
Sorry, Waters.
Waters is like, what's he going to do, fire me? He's like, I retire next month. I don't give a shit.
Don't give a fuck.
He's like, I made pension, motherfucker.
Well, you take it easy, Waters. And Kevin's just going to kind of pat him on
He shoves half a donut in his mouth. He's like, you too.
Hey, Dad.
He's like, he's standing in the room. He's looking around. He's like, what the fuck's happening in this world?
That's a great question.
He's like, we got evidence of drug use. We got evidence of at least assault. But with all the blood, I guarantee you there's a fatality somewhere. But from the looks of it, we've got 3 burn marks on the floor for no reason whatsoever. Burnt straight through the concrete all the way down to the frickin' cement foundation.
How far into the cement did it get?
It just burnt down to the cement.
Okay.
So it's not anything crazy like thermite or anything like that. It could have been a road flare. I don't know. But it's a big burn pattern, so I don't get that.
Yeah, but a road flare would have taken the building, Dad.
It's like, this carpet is... I don't even want to think what this carpet is soaked with, but this carpet is soaked.
Yeah, I won't even bend down to check out this shit.
Yeah. It says, we got forensics coming out because this is just too much.
Okay, well...
He's like, the rooms... And you look around, the room's been trashed. The room was a single occupancy, so it's got a king bed in it. But the mattress for the king bed is thrown up against the wall. The box spring has been flipped up against the wall. The metal hotel frame is just sitting there open. In the middle of the hotel frame area, inside of it, there looks like the carpeting... It looks like someone spray painted a bunch of fucking symbols on the carpet under the hotel frame. And it's like that day glow orange spray paint they use for marking stuff on the side of the highway and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so he's like, I do not know what the hell any of this is. He's like, but it looks like something occultish, something ritualistic. He's like, I know what Norse ruins look like from the fucking white supremacist bullshit. He says, I know what the what Celtic symbology looks like, the pictograms. He's like, this is none of that shit. This is none of the usual culprits. He's like, I cannot make head nor fucking tails of this shit.
Okay. Does it look? Does any of this look similar to the way the Bacchanalia left Seth's apartments?
There was nothing really written or carved, but the chaos does.
Okay.
Writing look Greek.
Do you go over and take a look at it?
I'm assuming I am trying to look like I don't exist in a very oversized hoodie I probably stole from Kevin, but I might glance up at it.
All right. When you look up at it, your vision swims for a couple of seconds, as this looks like Greek alphabet characters, but they're all wrong. And then your vision swims for a second, and you can read everything. And you hear, ow, in your head. She's like, I haven't seen that in a long time. Cuneiformic Greek. Mixture of Egyptian and Greek alphabet. She says it's only used in certain religious practices. It's a summoning circle.
I'm gonna keep my pretty mouth shut.
Okay.
But I do think back, Oh, terrifying. Thank you.
She says,
so
not,
Dad...
not half as terrifying as what it summoned.
What did it summon?
Despair.
Yeah, Dad, so... We took Amy back to... You know the bar that I hang out at?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
The one you waste all your time at?
Yeah, well, Amy took Ruben. And left...
Ruben's a big boy. She's a pretty
Yeah,
girl.
no,
Married,
Dad, you're
but-
gonna get
No,
you're
no,
gonna get a
no.
call about a crime scene over there. She tried...
What the fuck
she
did you let
this.
happen to Ruben?
I didn't. Ruben went to go check on her. He was gonna come back to the bar. He was supposed to do
Look,
a set
Ruben
with
is
Sonata.
a good kid.
I know.
And it's bad enough he hangs out with you and your other cohorts. He
That's
says,
true. But he was supposed to do a set with Sonata.
He
Seth
kind
was
of
gonna let her...
He kind of smiles for a second. Yeah, Sonata. That I understand.
Yeah, so he was gonna do a set with her, but Seth agreed to let Amy stay at one of the apartments there that was empty, and Ruben didn't come back, and we went to go check on him, and Bob is over there calling it in right now. It's a mess, Dad.
No,
Whatever.
I figure it's a mess because this is a fucked up situation.
Yeah. So, I don't know what's going on, but you told me to come here, but you told me to bring Amy, and Amy split.
Wait, you had one fucking job, and it's a job you asked for.
I know.
You said you were going to watch out for her, but
I-
she didn't want to come into the fucking station.
And I was watching out for her. The problem is that I think she's a little bit more involved than she said she was. Based on the fact that she skipped out. So, I also think somebody's following her because somebody left some creepy voicemails on her phone that she let us listen to.
You know, all this shit would have been nice to know like
I
2
didn't know
hours
it.
ago.
I didn't know it until just before she skipped out. I came here as soon as we found the body. Sonata called Bob. He came over here straight away.
He kind of like spins around, he puts his hands on his hips, and he's facing the wall. His hand goes down to his got a pistol at his side, and he's like, you see his hand is grip the pistol grip and like squeeze. And he's like, I'm giving you 4 hours. He's like, if you do not have her back and under fucking control in 4 hours, I am calling all this shit in.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need some help finding Ruben. Probably.
He's like, if I give you any help, you know that's going to put this on a flash. And if anything else goes wrong, it's all going to come back down on me.
Well, see, that's the thing. Based on some of the voicemails that Amy got on her phone, whoever it is that's following her may have already killed her husband. So you might want to put that out there.
And how am I supposed to let them know that I got this information? Fucking telepathy?
I mean, it works for me sometimes.
Get the fuck out of my sight before I shoot you.
Yep. Okay, guys, we're gonna
I'm
go.
gonna just like
We're already
hold out the box.
No, he'll do it.
No, I'm
I'm
out of
putting
here.
down the box of donuts and coffee that I assume I am holding because I am the Spencer child and that's it. And I am walking out like I have just offered a gift to the gods.
Yep. I am
Head down.
booking it.
Put it
I am
overhead.
not doing this.
No,
Like-
he's a great shot. We gotta go. Waters, keep your head down.
Waters
LA
is,
and Sonata, we're just trying to like disappear.
Waters is literally standing outside the hotel room. He's leaning on the banister, kind of looking out over the parking lot. He's eating the last donut he took, and he looks over at you guys. He's like, no, you guys have a good night. This is gonna be fun for me for the rest of the evening. He sips, he takes a card, and you hear your dad go, Waters, get in here. And Waters is like, yep, that's about right.
Can I? Is there any way? Because I know Kevin's got a flask. Is there any way I could like palm a flask to him as I pass him?
You could pour some of it into his coffee, maybe.
I'm gonna try just to, because we've really fucked with his night.
So you basically are walking by water. You pull the flask out, you unopen it, you kind of lift it to him, and he kind of looks at you. And he looks at the thing. And he's like, "Oh, fuck that!" Pops off the lid and holds his coffee cup out. You pour some in. He's like, yeah. he's like, and this doesn't make up for shit. I don't know what you just did, but my night is fucked. And he goes walking in. He's like, "Yes, sir. How can I help you, sir?"
Get in the Jeep.
Oh no, we are already.
I know they're already downstairs.
Sorry, you took the time to stop us to.
We booked it to that hotel.
If that's the case, I'm gonna like be jumping downstairs like 3 at a time. Get the hell out of here.
We took the cue. We were gone. Super speed has nothing on people who are scared.
Yeah. Sonata was all like, "Drop donuts, put down coffee, leave."
Anna was already lingering by the door because she does not like cops. So as soon as she heard the threat, she was gone.
Coffee and donuts were a shield.
Well, you guys all understand that if this blows up, it's his dad's career.
Yeah.
So
We love race steak.
just so we're clear, we spent a lot of the night planning my next music video and testing out the blood effects.
Yes.
Right.
Yep, which is why I have all the cleaning stuff. It was very messy. Corn syrup is hard to clean up.
Yeah.
And I have white carpeting. It's a problem. We put down tarps, but like it's not perfect.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. Also, that was a summoning ritual, and it summoned despair.
I'm sorry. And wait, hold on. And the snake god is a despair god, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these two are trying to go head to head.
Mm-hmm.
In your head, you go, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. That was a bunch of life force given up in that room. And the summoning circle was written in ancient Greek. And there was only one thing in that room that probably spoke ancient Greek.
Mm-mm. There.
Bacchus performed the ritual.
What's up, Sonata? What are we getting?
So, Rainey says that Bacchus performed the ritual, and there was a lot of life force given up in that room, which probably was what was bringing despair there. So they're not fighting each other.
They're working together?
Maybe, but Bacchus is building an army.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let's go take a... Oh, God. We've got to find Ruben, and we've got to get... Oh, we've got to get Amy back under our thumb, somehow.
If I was a doped out pleasure god, where would I go?
In everyone's head, you all hear avatars go, Vegas?
I mean, probably, but...
I mean, there's so many places where you can...
Or Atlantic City.
We're closer to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I mean...
Kevin? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Alejandra.
Ah.
In your head, you hear,
Oh, here we go.
there is a god present here who has worshipped them by more than all of us combined. And it is a god of pleasure and a god of joy and a god of passion. And it is a god created by man.
Stepmom's talking, and I want to be dumb and just say WAP, but what is it?
It's a small world.
Oh fuck! It's fucking Disney. Oh my god!
Legit, as soon as you said that, I was like, "Are you going to Disneyland?"
We might go to Smizneyland, which is the supernatural equivalent of the other place.
Oh my god! What's the mascot instead of a mouse?
I don't know. What do we want it to be?
Squirrel.
A squirrel!
Squirrel!
Foamy's Theme Land.
There's
Or a
the
jackalope.
silhouette is just like the big fluffy tail and the big head.
Big head and big fluffy tail.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I vote for jackalope.
I think a squirrel works. What's the squirrel's name?
Snickers.
Snickers?
Snickers the squirrel.
Tony wants it to be a possum.
I mean, in
It is in Florida, I was going to
Florida,
say. No, wait, it's even worse. It's not just a possum. It's a dead possum on the side of the road.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, and the place is called the Reanimated Kingdom. It's an undead possum.
Oh god.
You know what? Score.
Zombieland.
I'm putting that in the notes.
This is one of those
putting-
Tumblr posts that just
Yeah.
as we go.
Okay. Disneyland, except the mascot is an undead possum.
Possum.
I'm gonna call him Patty the possum.
Flatty the possum?
Flat.
Patty Flatty the possum.
Oh god!
So instead of Disneyland, does that make it Zombieland or Zombie
Yeah.
World? I guess
Zombieland.
Yes.
the main attraction is the Reanimated Kingdom. They also
Because it
have
plays life.
Undead Studios.
Undead Studios.
They have Necromancy Kingdom.
They have an entire George Romero museum inside.
Oh
Heck yeah.
god. It got worse. Oh god.
I'm
They've got
writing
just
all
an
this down.
entire
It's canon
building
now.
of famous
Right?
decapitated heads and cryography trophy jars.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
There's a museum of
This
cryography.
is all canon. It's in the notes.
Ironically enough, instead of Haunted Mansion, it's just like the Living Mansion, where everything is just like sunshine and rainbows.
No, instead
and
of
it's basically My Little Pony.
Yeah, instead of the haunted mansion, it's just called the mansion. It's actually just the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
All right,
so-
all of this is written down, so it's canon.
It's a little bit gothic.
Oh, we
Feeling
love that.
inside.
It's the largest, most successful macabre theme park in the world.
We did it.
It's a little
We
bit
did it.
gothic.
This
It's a
feeling
little
inside.
bit dead.
All
All
right.
right.
I'm not the kind who can easily die. Sorry.
The theme song is dedicated to a lich.
There was this one series of movies a really long time ago. They were animated and they were just like all about zombies, and it was all like the main character was this lich.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how this came to be.
Gotcha.
Just became huge. It was like the Lord of the Rings on steroids, plus
Yep.
Harry Potter and the Hunger Games combined.
Oh god.
And
It's just a little tease of
somehow, in all the twists of everything, the lich character went from the first film, who was the bad guy, ended up in the second film becoming a romantic lead.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, we stand.
And it's like to the most milquetoast lead female on the planet. Her name was Ella Swen.
Ella Swen.
Thank you for understanding that.
You're going to hell for that one. You brought her here.
So I'm gonna turn on the police scanner and
Wait. Actually, Michaela, you're now in charge of converting all the themes from the magic world into themes to this magic world.
Oh, you think I won't do it?
Please
Try
do
me!
it.
So
Live as old as time, true as it can be. Barely even ends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little flame,
Oh
some
God.
incense and some things. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Dead we've come to be.
Oh shit! I forgot to clip that. Hang on a second.
You think I won't do it, sir? There will be a new one every week.
That is gold. I'm in love. I cannot even begin to tell you how much my respect for you has grown as a person and as an artist.
This is what I do in my spare time.
I hope you have a ton of spare time.
I'll work on it.
No work on it. All
Someday
right.
I'll have spare time.
So you guys, what are you gonna do at this point? You're in the Jeep.
I'm turning on the police scanner, and because they had 10 minutes to leave before we even noticed that they were gone. There was an additional 10 or 15 minutes after that, so they had a half an hour head start, and then we came here, so now it's about an hour. So I'm turning on the police scanner to see if there's anyone calling in, like, you know, a group of people flapping about, essentially causing chaos. So I'm starting there, and I'm headed towards the car that we know crashed.
Okay, so are you looking for stuff happening in that area, or are you driving towards the car while you're scanning for this information?
Yes.
Okay.
The second one.
Gotcha,
the ladder.
Gotcha. All right, so you're driving out there. As you kick on the police scanner, because you did not have it, you had it on, but you had it like on low volume.
Yeah.
And this is a major city, so there's always chatter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as you kick it on, the first thing you get from listening to what's being called back and forth is that there is a lot of civil disobedience happening. There is a lot of reports of large groups of people. There is a lot of reports of violent attacks. There is a lot of reports of large groups of people clashing in the streets. The gang unit has been put out in force. SWAT has been mobilized. There is quite a large theme of, unrest and violence, and it seems to be, from what the reports say, the what you're hearing on the callouts, that the groups are moving along with each other. They're moving they're moving in the same direction. The groups are clashing as they move, but they're all moving from where you guys are. You guys are in the southeastern portion of the city, kind of right between the major metropolitan area and then all the little beach resort cities that are on the actual coast. You're kind of in a little mecca in the middle of that. And so as you're heading back to La Puerta from the hotel, you're basically driving in the same direction that this group is going, and everything indicates that this group is traveling almost due northwest. These groups are almost due northwest, which puts them on a collision course with the resort.
Oh dear sweet baby Jesus, they actually are going to Undeadwood.
Undeadwood.
Well, I think we found him. I will head that way. And I realize we're on city streets, but I am in 6th gear, going as fast as I can go.
It's almost midnight.
Yeah, it's almost midnight. Road should be mostly clear. There might be a couple of spots where, like how the road sometimes drops out and you kind of go flying if you go too fast. Yeah, there's a couple times we do that. But
so as you're tearing through the streets, kind of peeling and making your way in the direction, you get to a point where you're probably like a couple of blocks off from where the latest incident reports are, and you get to a point where there is you come around a corner, And the first thing that catches your eye as you come around the corner is, number one, the lights, the stop lights are off and not working. As you peel around the corner, you see that there is a police car on its roof and it's on fire.
Oh, shit.
You see that there's another police car pulled up a short distance away, parked as if it was trying to block off a portion of the road. And both doors of the police car are open. The front windshield is smashed in, and it looks like there is a cinder block that's been thrown through the windshield. And there's some blood on the roof of the car. But there are no police officers present. There's no one in the streets. Are you slowing down for this? Because you can weave through it really easily.
I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm gonna slow down enough that we're obviously gonna still be going faster than the group would be. But I'm gonna slow down enough that we can at least if there's anybody that needs help or something, we can at least stop and help them real quick. And then...
So the first thing you notice is that all the buildings and shops along either side of this street, the windows have all been smashed out. If there was any type of window displays, it looks like the window displays were looted. Stuff was taken out. There's mannequins that are knocked over. There's stuff that's taken out. But it's not just clothing stores and electronic stores and stuff like that. There's a bait and tackle shop that had the windows smashed out, and there's no all the rods and reels that were displayed in the windows. They're all gone. What the fuck would anyone need with fishing gear?
I don't want to think about that.
Oh no.
That's...
God.
I think I've read that fic and it wasn't great.
I've read that book, and it terrified
Does
me.
anyone know what a Cenobite is?
Oh, what?
A Cenobite.
Like Cinnabon?
No.
Nope.
Cenobite.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I've heard of
Wasn't in
it.
my-
I don't have a mental image for it, but I have heard of it.
It is very... you might find out. Continuing.
Oh my God.
So you guys are headed, down the street. You with this. As you come around the other side of the police car, there is a person laying in the street.
All right, I'm gonna stop the car.
Okay. You bring the car to a full stop. There's a person. The person is in regular clothes. They are laying in a bit of a pool of blood. As you come walking up, you roll the person over. I'm assuming you're going to roll the person over?
Yeah.
It just looks like some guy. He's wearing a polo shirt, khakis, typical stuff, typical clothing for this area, a light cotton shirt type thing. But he has this rictus grin on his face, and it looks like he's been shot at least twice in the chest with a shotgun blast. There is flesh scored off of him to the point where ribs are bare. There's a giant hole in his abdomen where the shotgun just tore huge chunks of him out. His body was basically so damaged he probably just dropped dead. But he is grinning like the Joker.
Great, we've died and gone to Arkham. All right, everybody.
What?
Don't look. Trust me, you don't want to see that. I'm gonna hop back in the Jeep. I assume I'm the only one that got out, or if
know.
I'm
Oh,
not.
hell yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna slam the door and I'm gonna get the car going, and I'm gonna gun us, and I'm gonna try and get up ahead of where the group is.
As you go around to get into the Jeep, this was at actually the end at an intersection. That's where the cop was pulled the car over to block off. So as you go run around the Jeep, you see that on the next block over, and that's facing you're going west, so that there'll be the next block up north. As you look down the block, you see there's a large group of people that are walking through the intersection. And as you turn around and you say,
Are they coming towards us, or are they walking?
No, they're walking in the same direction you were going to be driving. As you look over there, the group, it's disturbing. They're walking, and as you stand up and start walking around the Jeep, all the heads in the group turn at once, and they all face in your direction, and you see this odd Has anyone ever seen what it looks like when doctors are doing an examination of someone with severe cataracts, and they shine the flashlight over their eyes, and there's that that white glare that comes off of it? You see that in every single set of eyes that turns towards you, reflected from the moonlight.
Do any of them look like Reuben?
They're like a half block width away.
Gotcha.
But as they all turn towards you, you notice two things. Number one, they all have something in their hands. Boards, chains, some of them even have things like, actual machetes. The second thing you notice is most of those things are dripping some kind of gore. And the next thing you notice is a lot of these people are wearing medical gear, scrubs, gowns from hospitals, and stuff like that. And they turn towards you as one, and they begin quietly to start jogging down the street towards you. And as they get closer, they start picking up speed, and you can hear them almost as one. They begin doing that whole breathe of people who are sprinting just as dead out as they can. But the eeriest thing is, it's not like a bunch of people doing it like you see when you're like watching a marathon, all the people running by. You can hear that.
It's in unison.
Breathing. It's all in unison.
Gotta go!
Oh no! Fuck this! Nope. Nope. Mm-mm.
And all of them are wearing medical.
Either like nurses' uniforms and shit, or like patients.
Okay. And the electrical's out. I've got the car started. I'm gunning it as quickly as I can, trying not to stall.
You can make it.
No. I'm turning around. I'm turning away from them.
No, we're not.
They're not cutting you off. They're like, you're facing this way at the street. They're coming from this way. So if you just jumped in the Jeep and went forward, you'd be still going the direction you're going.
Yeah.
What you see as you jump in the Jeep and shoot up the street, they come running around the corner, and even though it's absolutely impossible,
they're keeping up.
They are flat out. No, they're not keeping up. They're just flat out running.
Yeah.
You literally see some of them at the rear mirror just collapse and get trampled over by the others.
Okay, gotta go.
This is a freaking movie.
Yeah, I saw this movie. It doesn't go well for most of the survivors. They were originally headed towards the theme park, right?
Mm-hmm. And they are again because they're following you.
Okay, what are we doing, guys? I'm pretty sure we don't want me to throw, like, Molotov cocktails at innocent people.
No.
And I really don't want to shoot innocent people because I'm pretty sure my friend is not going to be terribly happy with me if I do that. So, what do we got? Because I imagine Ruben and Amy are on their way to the theme park.
If we take out Amy, maybe it'll stop
Right
him.
now, I would very quite happily run her ass over with this Jeep if it'll make all this shit stop.
So as you guys are driving, and right as you say that, ahead of you, probably a couple of miles ahead, you see the sun.
It's midnight.
And oh, perhaps
Oh,
I
fuck.
see the light.
No, that was
that
not
is
the time.
not supposed
No.
to be
No.
Well-
Oh my god.
I think Sonny's calling us.
Ugh,
here. Oh god.
I mean, they were headed this way anyway.
Yeah.
We can get there faster. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, alright.
Ruben's
Right.
never done that before.
No. No, he hasn't.
So you're driving into the sun.
Yeah.
It is just as bad as it would be during daylight, and you have to shield your eyes inside your head, even though he's not directly affected by it. You feel him wince.
You ever seen weird shit like this before, Fangs?
He says, I've never seen the sun god in person before.
Fair point.
This
Okay.
is, I wish I had my blade.
I wish we had your blade. That would be a great thing to have right now.
I told you if you just let me drive, we could find it.
We got a zombie apocalypse problem. We'll
This is-
worry about the sword later.
He says, none of those were zombies.
I get that. And I know that we all do the talking to ourselves thing, but I really don't like looking crazy right now while I'm driving at 120.
He's like, fine.
I promise, as soon as we do this, first thing we do is we find your sword. And I'll even give you my knife for it. Deal?
Fine.
Okay.
That's a promise.
You know I'm a man of my word.
Oh, that sounds like a mess. I'm really glad I'm not in that brain right now.
Yeah, look,
Nana talking with Ali, just being like, so. Ooh,
hey, stepmom, we still can't do any of like the hurricane shit, right?
Oh, are we gonna try and throw him?
What will you give me?
Well,
You know what I want.
I know what you want, but they're my cousins.
She's like, not that.
Oh my god.
Well,
I
not
want to eat one of
not
the kids.
not directly that.
Okay.
If you want access to that power, what have I always had to give? Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll find someone who's worth putting on an altar today.
Okay. She says, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I will be right back, guys. I have a minor emergency. I'll be back in just 1 second.
Okay.
It's minor. It's minor. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for letting us step away for a moment. I'm having a minor emergency at the house. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the evening here because this is actually a good place to stop. And so we're going to just go ahead and wrap everything up. We will be coming back in 1 week with the next part of this, and we will see where it goes from here. So we were going to see you all in 7 days to find out exactly what the heck is going on and how this is going to wrap up. So it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's not like everyone's supernatural writer is trying to extort them for something at this moment in time. It's all fine.
No,
Mine is
totally.
quiet-ish, sort of.
Oh, you're-
Just always trying to extort me.
Yes, well. All right, guys. Well, we're going to let you guys go for the evening. Thank you very much for sticking with us, and we will see you next week on Ethos and Mythos. Good night.
Good night.